Right, after unbeaten colt, Derick the Jet got the chockies again. I thought we'd better go to the main man, Rod O'Kane. Congratulations, great win.
Thank you very much. It was so exciting.
It must be exciting. He's a ripping colt. Firstly, tonight he was outstanding. Did a lot of work. There was some talk the front wasn't there for him, but Nathan said, I'm not taking any of that.
It's death to anyone that decides they want to get in front of Derick.
Were you worried? Were you worried down the back? It was interesting listening to Nath. He was sort of happy enough to let Valtino go. But how do you feel when you're sitting up here in the stands watching?
Nathan's as cold as ice, and I think he just let Valtino sit up there and burn petrol real bad, and it proved to be the case once they come round the corner. Yep.
Halfway up the straight, when Nath really asked him and he let down, you must have been pretty proud.
Very happy at that stage. I mean, he's done everything we've expected of him, and more, and he's just a super horse,
When you got him, when you purchased him, this would have been, you probably would have hoped to have won maybe one of these races or something. Be unbeaten at this stage of his career, you're pinching yourself?
Well, that was unthinkable that would happen, but there's a bit of confusion about the sales, about the story goes, we're not sure whether Nathan said, I'm not coming home without him, or I said to Nathan, don't come home without him.
Either way. It was your call both ways?
No, look, this is Nathan's baby. He picked him out. He knew what he was doing. He was a work in progress for quite some time. I remember I went over one day to watch them work out, and we've had Violet Stanford, and he had one of Mick Boots's, and Derick was the worst of the three of them. And Russell's trying to make excuses and trying to keep the money coming in as an owner, and he'll do this, he'll do that. But he had raw potential then, but just Nathan had to work so hard to get him right. And he had a lot of help, as he said, from other trainers about there sorting it out. Very difficult to steer. We had to, at that stage, geld him to get him settled down a bit. And as a result of that, today's perfect score.
Didn't know he was a gelding. I apologise for that, because he actually looks like a colt. He's a beautiful cut of a horse, isn't he?
Yeah, look, what did Nathan say to me the other day? Brian Hancock says, you'll have a good colt, you'll have a great gelding.
Yeah, and you're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we are. Look, we'd have liked to have kept him as a colt, but it wasn't an option when he was going through, and it's easy to be wise and look back, but I mean, maybe if he was still intact, he wouldn't be able to do the performances he's doing at the moment.
Yeah, no, he's a super colt, and like you said there before, Violet Stanford, Nath's having a great run. Russ, they're helping, he's over the back there, looking after the ladies while we do this hard-hitting interview.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Need for Speed, and then the Derby. Nathan's quite confidently said those two are these next objectives.
Yes, look, we'd go along. We don't interfere much with that. I mean, you don't tell a professional what to do, and especially you don't tell someone who's doing such a good job with Derick at the moment. It's just been sensational. Right,
I've got two more questions. There's a little race in New Zealand. It's called a slot race for 3-year-old trotters, $500,000 in stakes. Nathan tells me no. Would you be interested?
Someone would have to come at me with a pretty good incentive. At the moment, it's not there.
That's not no. So that just gives that little bit of a barb. Don't you worry about that. He says straight out no. So now I've got him. He'll be watching this if he thinking, no, I can't believe he did that. Horse races in what I would have said were Russell Jack's colours, but they're actually Russell's father's colours. There's a significance for that. You actually, that's how you got into harness racing?
Yeah, look, my family have been in harness racing for over 100 years. In fact, I was down at Geelong the other night, and I looked at a photo there belonging to my grandfather in 1922 when the race at Geelong. But I started out with Robbie training for me in the early 70s, and Russell was the driver. And if you think Nathan's a cool driver, Russell was ice cold.
He still is. We want to see him over the back here, and if his wife's watching this, he's going to be in all sorts of trouble by the time we finish with him.
Absolutely. So, time went on. We've had a lot of slow horses and an odd one that'll gave us a little bit of joy. And in that time, Russell has had some fantastic horses. Yeronga Songbird, Albert Tyrrell. What was that trotter, Russell? Nearly a miss. Nearly a miss.
Bomber. They're yelling out Silver Bomber.
Oh, they're horses that go way back to when Robbie was training in those tartan and blue colours, and they were just live wire colours in the Riverina. They were just the colours to have in the Riverina back in the heydays. And along came Nathan. Nathan now drives, Russell trains, and I just said to Nathan when we were getting the horse going, he said, the only thing I'd like if I could is to have Derick run in those colours. Yeah. And it's been a joy and something I'm very proud of.
I think you should be proud of it all, and I think the other thing, your wife and daughter are here as well. Daughter hasn't missed a race as well. It's a great sport, this sport. We have plenty of knockers, plenty of people, but it's a lot of fun, and you can have a lot of fun with it, can't you?
This sport is sensational. It's great family sport, and it's great for young kids to come in and get a living out of this sport with a bit of decorum and pride in their work. And I just hate to think we might ever lose that.
Rod, thank you very much. This is much better than any interview Nathan would have gave me, so thank you very much, mate. And congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate.